Hi, subscribe to my channel Shobha Rana for more. Give me 3 ways how do you build your own story that empowers you?
I don't even think there are 3 ways. I think there's just one way, which is to understand how your current story has been written and then how to change a single fact about it. Just understand that what is your narrative? Most people don't even know that. They're living through it, but what is your narrative? Why are you like this? And the one easy way of doing it is think of yourself in third person. In this situation, what would Shobha do? Then you start thinking of yourself as a character. So in this situation, what would Sid do? So Sid is the kind of guy who believes this. And so in this situation, he would probably think like this, and that's how he would do it. That is your narrative. So ask yourself, put your name in that slot. In this situation, what would your name, what would they do? And you immediately understand how your narrative is created. And you know that if you put your friend's name, the answer will be different. If you put your dad's name, your answer will be different. Same situation, everybody will behave differently.
Yeah.
So that is your narrative.
Like what would you do if you have to work, let's say 2 hours extra?
Yeah.
What would your dad do if he has to work 2 hours extra?
Don't ask what would I do.
Yeah.
That makes it too personal.
Yeah.
That makes it identity.
Yeah.
An identity can't be changed. You think.
Yeah,
but
identity
narrative can be
versus
changed.
narrative. This is very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Identity versus narrative. Narrative can be built, can be nurtured, can be changed, can be transformed.
Yeah.
Identity cannot. How and why so?
Identity can, but identity is personal. So to change that takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of guts. Because anybody attacking your identity is attacking you, because you equals your identity. Whereas here, me does not equal my narrative. My narrative is something that I've created. It's like clothes that I've stitched on me. And
Isn't your identity also a narrative that you've created?
Absolutely it is. But now it is too personal. So you cannot confuse clothes with skin.
Wow. Interesting.
So we often confuse clothes with skin. We often confuse narrative with self. Self is self. Identity is something that you have acquired through the years, and you've been wearing some of them for so long that you think this is a part of you. So for example, if you were born and your mom puts a silver chain around your neck and you've never in your life taken off that chain, you might be forgiven for thinking that the chain is part of your body. That's how it is with identity. A lot of things you have taken on so early on that you think ye to change ho hi nahi sakta. But it's clothes, not skin.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Quite interesting actually, because this gives you the power to separate out between the sense of self and narrative.
Correct.
And when you have a clear distinction of the two, then you can know that one can lead to the ultimate change of the other if that's what you need in your life.
Again, we are harping on topics that were discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. Like what is self and what is non-self? It is very fascinating because even from a neuroscience perspective, identity is something that you create. Self is very rooted. Self does not have a name. So you are not Shobha.
Yeah, self doesn't have so many desires or whatever stems out
it's
of
very,
identity.
It's very, very core. And I don't really believe in the concept of the soul, but I understand why that concept came. Because you need some placeholder to call that thing. What is that thing? If you remove everything else, bachta kya hai fir?
Bachta kya hai?
Right? So you need something to identify that. But that's what it is. It's all narrative and non-narrative. So what is biological and what is cognitive?
So what is
created?
our true self? That non-narrative is our true self. Everything else is layers of
No,
narratives.
there's no such thing like that.
No?
There's no true self. Everything is part of you only now. But there are some things that you can change and some things that you cannot. Yeah.
And I like that a lot of your understanding of life is also rooted in Bhagavad Gita, because I think it is such a great book to understand the nuances of life.
Absolutely. I found a lot of correlations between Bhagavad Gita, neuroscience, spirituality, even a lot of philosophy that I read.
Even philosophy.
At the end of the day, all roads lead to the same realizations. Vivekananda said this, that the road to truth is not linear, it's radial. So he said that if the truth is at the center, everybody is walking along different roads, and everybody is at a different distance from the
that
truth.
sense.
And you might think that somebody is walking in the opposite direction, but they're not. Everybody is going towards that, but they're going towards that at different speeds, and they're at different lengths from it. Some people are very close, some people are very far, but everybody is going there. All philosophies, all religions, all sciences, eventually everybody wants to know. Everybody will get there, but at their own pace. And there's no right and wrong pace. There's no late. It's such an arbitrary thing. Take your time.